You know what's crazy? I never understood the dimensions of the universe and how this works. And to be honest, I didn't believe it because I'm a very practical person. Like I don't try to, go into like pseudosciences or anything like that. But I started to understand because the one thing that I was missing in life and the one thing that I'm currently working on right now is my mindset and the way that I perceive reality. Because the truth is, when you understand the science behind reality, when you understand the science behind your vision and what you see, you'll start to understand that you need to tap into the specific dimension to be able to grab everything that you want, to be able to receive everything that you want in the current dimension that we exist in. See, there are many levels of dimensions, but specifically where we sit at is the third dimension. The third dimension, 3D, right? You see everything that exists right now. Everything is tangible, you can see it. Now, when you jump up to what they call the fifth dimension, this is when you start to actually observe a lot of the different things that exist in your thoughts, that exist outside of just the material world. Because currently, the third dimension is essentially just a manifestation of what the fifth dimension already has. And I know this is going to be very, very difficult for you to grasp, but I want you to probably watch this video again because this will help you understand so much to why there are some people who seem to quantum leap, which means they move forward in life so fast compared to other people. And it's because they either naturally or intuitively have this ingrained in them. Maybe it's through their ancestors or people who've lived before them, right, that have already had this mindset that basically it's just ingrained in their DNA to where they just think like this. And there are some people who learn this concept and it transforms their life. So I'm currently in the process of learning this. I've actually hired a mentor to teach me how to do this stuff and how to think in this way because it genuinely blows my mind that like I've been missing out on so much of this and how my mind has been shaped in a way that's blocking me from getting everything that I want. Like I've gotten so close every time, like I've achieved many things, but I've always gotten this block. And you've probably experienced this too, where you've gotten this block in what you're receiving or what you want. You get to like this road where you just stop. You don't hit that exponential point because there's something in your mind, there's something in your spirit. And yes, everybody has a spirit, like straight up, you do. There's something in your spirit that is just like keeping a cap at what you're receiving. And you're trying to figure out what it is. You're trying to figure out why this exists. So for me, the biggest thing that I've learned is that with this fifth dimension, what exists is infinity. So that means there is an infinite amount. There is an abundance of everything. See, in the third dimension, there's scarcity, right? This is where you see a lot of people sit in when they're just in the third dimension. They can't think outside of the third dimension, which means they can't explore their thoughts. They can't explore their spirit. They can't explore what else is out there outside of what they currently see. So because of what they currently see being their main sense of focus in the third dimension, all they see is scarcity. All they see is, oh, there's not enough money in the world. I can't get this or I can't get that. Can't stays in their vocabulary because they limit themselves because they have a scarcity mindset. See, when you move into the fifth dimension, you start to get an abundance mindset. And what is an abundance mindset? An abundance mindset is essentially you believing or you understanding that there is an infinite amount of anything that you want. There's an infinite amount of money out there. And actually, even in the third dimension, there's an infinite amount of money out there because all they're doing is printing money. But when you look at it even beyond that, when you look at money as a form of value, there is infinite value in the fifth dimension that you can go get and bring back to the third dimension. And like I said, everything in the fifth dimension manifests itself in the third dimension, which means it turns into reality after a longer period of time, right? Because in the fifth dimension, there is no such thing as time. See, a lot of us, we experience a mental scarcity of time. That was the biggest thing that I've experienced that I'm breaking through right now. Is the scarcity of time. You think that you only have a limited amount of time to get what you need to get. And yes, you need to move with urgency, but you also need to understand that the concept of time needs to basically dissolve from your brain when you're waiting, or you're not even waiting, but you're expecting something else, right? You shouldn't put a time cap on it because things can either happen right now instantaneously or they can happen 10 years from now. But either way, they happened at the time that they were supposed to happen. again, this is all things that you need to probably rewatch this video. But what I'm learning is you can literally manifest, and I know that word gets hate out there, but just think manifestation basically means turning thoughts into reality, right? You can create reality around you just by living in that fifth dimension, just by opening your mind to understand that there are an abundant amount of resources out there. I can create whatever reality is in front of me just by thinking about it beforehand and feeling it, because in the fifth dimension, it's all about feeling. Right? Neville Goddard said feeling is a secret, right? When you hear a lot of these people, you hear a lot of these like very successful, wealthy people, and I say that because that's what's gonna catch your attention, right? The people who are making a lot of money, the people who are very successful, the people who have everything that they've wanted to have, and you see that. The reason why they have that is because they understand these concepts. Like they genuinely understand these concepts deeply, to the point where it's ingrained in them and it's allowed for them to get everything they want. See, you being wealthy, it's not about what you do, it's about what you want and how you can, quote unquote, manifest the feeling of what you want. And everything will align. Everything that you need to do will happen. See, a lot of people think I need to find the path. I used to think this. I need to find the path right away and I need to just stick with that path. Maybe you just happen to get upon the path that you need to get upon. But the reality is there will be changes along the way that the universe, nature, everything around you will basically push you in the right path to get to that end state that you want to get to that goal that you want to get to. There will be changes. But the reality is you need to understand that it just happens like this. Like everything just happens when it's supposed to happen. And you need to be able to live in the fifth dimension and have this abundance mindset to know that you can get everything you want. You want $1 trillion, you can get $1 trillion. The reality is most people don't really want that. Because that's the thing, you're gonna actually understand what you want and what you don't want based on just actually trying to visualize you having that thing. A lot of people, they can't even visualize some things. Because if they visualize it, even if they do visualize it, they understand that I don't actually want that thing. Or they can't even conceptualize that thing, which means you're not even ready to achieve that thing yet. So you have to really utilize your mind, utilize your thought process, utilize your creativity. See, at the fifth dimension, when you reach a higher state of awareness, you start to operate more in thoughts and creativity. See, the people who make the most money, I was actually listening to a Myron Golden video. He talked about the highest form of leverage to make money is your thoughts and your creativity. That's the highest form of leverage. So if you're using your hands or you're using your time, that's the lowest form of leverage to actually create value and create more opportunity for yourself. So in the fifth dimension, you're living in your creativity, you're living in just that world, right? Your thoughts, your creativity, all of that is in the fifth dimension. So you have to stay in that space to be able to create infinite amounts of leverage. So tap into that fifth dimension. The way you do that is by opening your mind and removing the limitations of time, removing the limitations of resources, understanding that there is no scarcity. Everything is abundant. Everything that you want is there. Literally, you have to think that. You have to think that I have all of the time. Time doesn't exist. This is a different place, and you have to meditate on this. Maybe go look at a 5-dimensional meditation video on YouTube or something. Right? Like I genuinely need to meditate more. I stopped doing it, but it helps you be in the present moment, helps you elevate beyond who you are, and you start to understand things at a deeper level. But that was my talk on the fifth dimension, because I think everybody needs to tap into this if they want to actually hit the specific goals that they want. I know you're ambitious. I know you have things that you want to attain. You might as well understand how the fifth dimension works, tap into it, and start to actually create these things in the tangible third dimensional world. Another thing I want to mention, in the fifth dimension, it's all about unity, right? I learned this as well. The third dimension, there's duality. So you'll see a lot of these like spiritual people who seem to like almost, they have like this thought process of love, and they always talk about love, and it's because they're living in this fifth dimension where it's all about unity. There's no duality. There is no light and dark. There is no good and bad. There is no hate and love. Like everything is just one, which sounds crazy to us, because if your mind is stuck on the third dimensional plane, all you're gonna focus on is hate and love, and you're going to separate the two. But when you move into the fifth dimension, there's unity, there's no duality. And 99% of the population, if not more, live in the third dimension where it's a low vibrational state. It's crazy because there are vibrations. See, and we can talk about this on another video, how you can literally match the vibration of the thing that you want and achieve that thing and attract that thing. That's how the law of attraction works, matching the vibration of the thing that you want, because everything gravitates towards its own vibration. Rocks have their own vibration. You have your own vibration. The car that you want has its own vibration. Everything is made out of energy, which is vibration. Literally, this is science. I'm not even saying anything that's like pseudoscience. This is legit like science. Same as the fifth dimension. If you study quantum physics and quantum mechanics, it talks about the fifth dimension. It talks about the different dimensions, parallel universes. There's a lot of this stuff that if you understand it, it will literally change your life. If you truly understand these concepts, your life will change. My life is literally like everything is opening up to me. All of the flaws that I had in my mindset are changing because of this type of stuff. So tap into it, man. If you like this video, if you want more of these types of videos, let me know, because I always like feedback. Like, comment, subscribe, holla back at your boy. You feel what I'm saying? Tap in with me. Share this with friends who need to hear this, who have limiting mindsets. I like walking and talking because the weather's good now. So if you like this setup, let me know as well. I'll keep doing this. I can do this for the whole summer and fall pretty much. Up until, because you know, before we were getting snow, rain, all that. I live in Utah, so it's a little different. But again, click on the links in the description if you want to have one-on-one coaching with me, work with me one-on-one on your business, your body, or your brand, your personal brand. I got you on that. Anything you need, you let me know. I'm gonna hit you on the next video. Appreciate you. Catch you on the next one.